Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Live from the Works and to this week's Streaming Tuesdays. Who have we got here? Nighttime Indo Raptor says hi, hello, and the rest of you aren't being very talkative, it would seem. But hello anyway, please let me know who you are and if you're here in the chat room. Haven't seen this for a little while. Yeah. I thought it had stopped working, but it seems to be going okay with this one. It obviously likes the tea. Anyway, drop that back down. See if I can increase. Nah, okay. Who's out there? Right. Haven't really got a plan for this evening. I've got a selection of kits here that we can have a play with. Oof Oof joins us. Hello, welcome. The only one we can't really do is this one, which is a Trailer and Dingle pickup wagon. If I bring the camera a bit closer, you can, or bring the kit a bit closer to the camera, I should say. There you go. That's what it looks like. Kind of. Hang on. There we are. There you go. The only issue is, I don't seem to have any instructions. I've looked in the box and I've looked all around the room here. Can't find them anywhere. So I've emailed IP Engineering, who makes this kit, and said, hi, please to instructions, and hopefully they will get that sorted for me. So we can't do that one, sadly. Jack Rumsey Central Railway is here, welcome. Sam B is here, hello. Who've said, really dig the train vids, thank you. I aim to please. Yeah, so we can't do that one. We've got a selection of other things we could do, which is good. So I'll just pop that down there for the moment. Yeah. Before we get into the modelling stuff, though, I want to show you a bit of kit that I received this week, which isn't working. I'll explain why in a second. Just bear with. I'm just going to move that light slightly just so so we can actually look at this properly. Here we go. Right. This is called a Stream Deck, and it's a very clever bit of kit because it basically is an extension of your computer, more or less. What it does is it's got all of these buttons on it, and you can use that to cut between different things on your live stream, queue up sound beds and that sort of thing. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to want to work when I have both cameras running. So what I'm going to have to do briefly is just turn off the, which one is it? That one, main camera, and then turn this on, and then you'll be able to see what it does. Yeah, I've ordered a USB hub, which has external power, and it will teach me not to read the reviews, or teach me to read the reviews before I buy things, because I've plugged it in and it doesn't make any difference. This thing draws so much power, apparently, that I can't run two cameras at the same time with it. But never mind. So we've turned the main camera off for a minute. I'll just show you what it does. I've got my sort of 4 main stream things set up here. Ask a Dalek, Tea Time with Matt, the gaming channel, and of course this one, Live from the Works. If I go into here, these buttons over here, I've set up to cut between the cameras. It's not going to focus enough for me to show you that, but it lets me sort of cut between things. I can start the playlist for the show tonight. So if I press play on there, you should hear some music kick in. There you go. Just fade that out a little bit. I'm just gonna... Yeah, you can hear that. Good. Yeah, you can do all fancy things like that. And if I want to cut to, say, Be Right Back, I can do that as well. It's very neat. With the slight exception of the fact that it just draws so much power I can't run two cameras with it. So I've ordered another USB hub, which will let me hopefully run this and 2 cameras because it has 12 volt external power. So I'm hoping that means it's going to let me run this and 2 cameras. Otherwise, I'll just have to use it for streams where I'm only running the one. But never mind. But it does mean I can do really neat things. Like if I go into the Tea Time with Matt one, I've got all my jingles set up here and a load of sound effects and things. So like if I want to, play the TARDIS landing, for instance. It'll do that. And if I want a steam whistle or a polite round of applause, I can do all of that from the Stream Deck, which is quite neat. And most importantly, I've got an easily accessible fail jingle.
Fail.
I'm a failure.
So yeah, that's the neat bit of kit, and it is very neat. I'm very pleased with it. I just need it to be able to run when I have 2 cameras plugged in, because otherwise it's basically useless. Yeah, I'm very demanding of my technology. But anyway, that is my new toy, and I will hopefully, now I'm doing weekly live streams, get a lot of use out of it. So yeah, I look forward to that. But while we're doing this, I'm just going to switch that off, switch the main camera back on, and then if I've done this properly, any second now, I should be able to cut back to myself. There we go. Brilliant. So yeah. Right, let me catch up with the chat room. Yes, the fail bell. I love the fail bell more, Devran. Hello, by the way, welcome. Dalek San is here. Did you hear my Grievous impression? I've no idea what that is. Gorky Devotee 86 says hello. Hello there. Matt, I seem to enjoy playing with my ERTL Thomas engines more than my model railway at the moment, says Sam. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, but welcome. And for those of you who enjoy it, here is the failure bell. Don't worry, this thing ain't going anywhere. Right. So, let's move the close-up camera over here, and we'll have a look at some of these kits. Now, there is something I've got to do before we start the kit, so I'll show you what we're doing. We'll make a start with that, and then you guys can kind of tell me which one you'd like me to see build. So here we go. We have a few different ones available. First off, I need to build that because I had one and it got damp in my shed over winter, so I need to build that. That's happening first. So yeah, that's the first thing. Matt, you don't know Star Wars? Yeah, I know Star Wars. Oh, it's Grievous from Star Wars. Have you been practicing your paradigm voices? Not really, because I still have a bunny in here, despite everything. You need to go back outside. He's giving me evils now. Yeah, so I've got a rolling stock putter on to do, and then we've got a choice of several different things. We can build some more of these, which I've done on the stream before. These are the Tipple Wagons. I'm hoping to get a little rake of these going. We have got a slate wagon that I can build, which is quite nice, like the slate wagon. There's a basic 3-plank wagon, which is quite neat. And we've got some more complicated ones. We've got an open livestock wagon for transporting of sheep. One of those. Yeah, so that's there as well. And we've also got this, which is a kit bought for me as a wedding gift by Paul of Biggest Little Railway fame. Yeah. Do I have any kits related to the Tallylin Railway? Not specifically. I mean, these are sort of the closest thing for the Tallylin Railway. So yeah, that's all of the available kits. We're definitely going to do this one first, but before we do any of that, Something very important I've got to do. You guys remember Silver Lady? Now, Silver Lady took a bit of a beating in her last outing. I'll just show you on that. You see the cylinder blocks there. She took a little bit of damage to both of those. Let me lean this one up so you can see it as well. There's a little bit of damage there. So the first job this evening is going to be to sort that out. So, sort out the paint first of all. And let's sort that out. Have you ever shaved your face and couldn't feel it afterwards? I can't say that I have, to be perfectly honest with you. Just shaking the paint up, bear with me. It's not something that's ever come up, to be perfectly honest with you. Paint. Hopefully I give it enough of a shape that it looks nicely. Yeah, that's okay to me. Right. So, paintbrush. I'm take it off the lid actually, which is over here. So we'll do that first. There we go. I'm just gonna touch in cylinder block. I'm not gonna go nuts over it, but just wanna fill it in a bit. There's a little bit of a mark there as well. I'm just gonna... There we go. That's it. And then the big problem is on this side, which is really rather obvious. Okay. She is amazing. She's a beautiful little loco, and I love her very much. But unfortunately, anything like this outside, it's inevitable they're going to suffer a little bit of damage every now and again, which is what's happened here. There we go. There, good as new. Job one, tick. Okay, let's put the lid back on there. The steps could do with touching in as well, but I'm not going to bother with that today. So, that one side, I'll wash it later. And it's done. There we are. Silver Lady, everybody. It is a stunning little loco. Roundhouse Engineering, in my humble opinion, are the best sort of 16mm scale loco manufacturer out there. And I know I'm biased because I took one across Scotland, but compared to the other company that I've bought locos from, which is Mamod, these blow them out the water, to be honest. They're stunning little bits of mechanical engineering, and I deeply love her. She is my baby. Okay, we're going to put you back over here now, so you can dry. There we go. Lovely. Right, so Devran says, some of those railways have... Oh, hold on a minute. If you ever decide to go on a ship, recommend the Tallylin, the Welsh Highland, Festiniog, or the Bluebell. I have done all of those except the Tallylin. It is a ambition of mine to do the Tallylin at some point. I'd love... At one point last... pre-COVID, in 2019, I was offered the opportunity to go with my friend Nathan to Wales. To do a little tour of all the narrow gauge railways there. I didn't get to go because words, sentences, phrases. I didn't get to go because I was in the midst of training to be a guard on the big railway, so I couldn't book the annual leave because I was still in training. Wish I'd just gone now, frankly, but less said about that the better. For those of you not in the know, I am not a guard anymore. Yeah. Oh, good fun. Anyway, Rolling Stock Put Her Honour by Timpton Models, who I highly recommend because they build a nice variety of cheap rolling stock kits that are really good quality, and their customer service is excellent. Now, this kit is really very complicated. It's right. That bit goes on there. That bit sits in there, like so. And I can't remember where these bits live. I'm gonna have to get the instructions out. Yeah. How many trains do I own? Well, I've got Silver Lady over there. I've got Pixie, which is a Mammoth Quarry Hunslet loco, which is I love her, but it's not the best quality loco I've ever bought. Put it that way. I had all sorts of issues with her, but I do love her very much, so that's fine. Beyond that, I've got a load of 00 gauge stuff. I've got some N gauge stuff as well. That's one of my N gauge locos. That's my other N gauge loco, which is nice. So yeah, that's there. Yeah, one of the things I want to do on stream at some point is really get into finishing my N gauge layout, because it's part ballasted at the moment. I need to finish that off. I'd really like to assemble some scenery for it. Again, part of the reason I'm doing weekly live streams now, so I have an excuse to do that. So, right, what are we doing with this? Okay, so that's... Does that have a hole in it? I feel like that should have a hole in it, but I could be wrong. Yeah, anyway, I think that sits there, and then that one sits on there, like so, and then that one sits on the other side, like so, and then I believe that goes on like that, and then that one sits there, or does it? I'm not sure now. Hold on. Always do a dry assembly before you put anything like this together, because you will make mistakes, and that's not great. Okay, I'm thinking, actually, this is the wrong way round. I think that goes in that way, like so. Okay, Gorky, thanks for coming, and yeah, thanks for coming ever so briefly. I know you said you were at work, didn't you? So that's all good. No worries. Right. And then I believe... Right, yes. I've figured this out now. Hang on. That goes there, and then that sits on there like that, and then the hole goes in there, and then you flip it over, and it sits there like that, and then your big bits go on there, and so on and so forth. And then it falls apart and you have to start again. Yeah. I am bad at this. Anyway, so that sits there, like so, and then pick it up and put your little bit underneath. Like that. I'm thinking, right, you start from the back and build it up that way. So, we begin with this bit. I figured this out. Hi Matt, I'm planning on going to the North Road on my weekend break at Parkton Resort site in Hunstanton on the 18th if they're doing any weekend trains. That sounds like fun. I hope you enjoy that. Matt reminds me of the kid from Mastiff movie by Tom Scar. I like trains. Vroom sound. Okay, fair play. Ignore the hand mutilation, by the way. That's courtesy of Rory. Who is the living embodiment. Have any of you ever seen that that meme goes around with it, where there's a big fruit bat and it's sat brooding like, I am the darkness, I am the darkness, and then it shows someone sticking their hand up like, oh, you want hugs? Okay, I give hugs, but I am still darkness. That's Rory's spirit animal. Right there. Did the bunny eat your hands? No, not the bunny. The cat. There we go. Can't get the cap off the glue. That's not a good start. Hang on. Yep, I got it. There we are. Right. Okay. Gonna need some tweezers to unstick it. Yeah. There we are. Right. Okay. There we are. Right then. So. Just some glue on it. There we are. So, I'm never sure when I do these whether you can actually see what I'm doing, but we'll just assume you can. Occasion. There. 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 Okay. There. There. So. Right. Beautiful. Okay. And try and do this one at the same time. Have I ever been interested in tanks? In as much as I think they're marvellous feats of mechanical engineering, sure, but that's sort of where my enthusiasm ends. I like steam engines in particular because they're very elemental and kind of like a living thing. They need to be managed and looked after. So the attraction for that is in both the engineering and the sort of elemental, almost living thing kind of feeling about them. And that's my attraction there. Right. If I turn this upside down now, in theory, that's not going to work. Okay. So may just have to leave this for a minute. Hold on. Would it help if I put a little bit of glue on there? I think it might, so that's what I'm going to do. Well, there we go. Let's try and fit this all together. You still hear the music okay, by the way? I can't. Hang on a minute. Yeah, it's still playing. Just turn it up a smidge. Oh, there we go. Push that in place. Okay. And I'm just going to leave that for a minute. And cut back to the main studio cam while that dies. Sounded like Johnny Depp. Sorry, you're gonna have to help me there. Anyway, do you like my mug? It was a present from my wife. There's a story behind this. Victoria went with her parents to somewhere in the Cotswolds for some walking stuff. And while they were there, they were in a town or village, I don't know which, where there was a model railway shop. And Victoria decided that, being the lovely wife that she is, although she wasn't my wife at this point, she was my fiancée, decided that she would like to buy me a gift, which was lovely of her. And she went into the model railway shop. And then shortly after she left the model railway shop, I got a text message to something along the lines of, I've just been in a model railway shop and I now understand why you never have any money. I was like, yeah, it's an expensive hobby, honey. I've been caught in a lie. I haven't been caught in a lie. She's fully aware of how expensive these things are. She just doesn't listen to me. But yeah, we went to another model railway shop. On our way back from our honeymoon, I popped in to visit my friends Alex and Derry. Again, biggest little railway fame. And they own a kind of a model railway manufacturing business. They sort of make lots of little bits and bobs for model railways and build them for people and so on. But their workshop is above a model railway shop owned by someone else, and they took us downstairs and we had a look, and they had a second-hand section. And I've never had to keep my hand off my wallet more intently in my entire life. That could have been an expensive afternoon. But for a second-hand rolling stock, the prices were ridiculously cheap. But yeah. And unfortunately, the bigger the gauge, the more expensive. Silver Lady, for example, about £2,000 nowadays. A lot of saving up. I wanted to buy at some point a Roundhouse Katie, which is about, the last time I checked, about £1,600-1,700. But I'm not pulling down card money anymore, so that's a ways off, if ever. So yeah, she got me on my toes. No, a little bit. The lovely thing about my lovely wife Victoria is she's very tolerant of my interests, but thoroughly indifferent to them. For example, we had at the Nene Valley Railway, where I am still a volunteer, by the way, I'm still a guard on a voluntary basis, and training to be a signalman now, actually, which is cool. Going up there on Saturday to have a turn in the box at Wansford. I keep getting sidetracked. Anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah, at the Nene Valley on Saturday, and on Sunday, sorry, I should say, we had a brief visit from Duchess of Sutherland, which was stabled there overnight, having done a tour up to York. It stopped over in Peterborough and then dropped down onto the Nene Valley for a sort of a service and overnight stop. She went off to Tisley on Monday, and our loco superintendent negotiated with the loco owners that we could have her for one of our service trains at midday. So I've only ever been behind Duchess of Sutherland before and never on a preserved railway. I've been on a train going up to Carlisle and then back south over the Settle Carlisle Railway. So I was like, brilliant, I'm definitely going to go and do this. So I booked some seats. I paid to ride on a steam railway. I haven't done that for about 3 years. It's ridiculous. I'm normally the one making sure it's running. So, yeah. We went up to Nene Valley and had a ride by the Duchess of Sutherland. My wife came with me, and the whole time she was just thoroughly indifferent to the whole thing. I was being really enthusiastic about this loco and how impressive it was. She's like, yeah, I think she was glad I was happy. Victoria likes a train ride. She's not really into trains. How was she with the Daleks? Again, warm indifference, let's say. Yeah. She likes Doctor Who. She's into Doctor Who. She's not the sort that will collect all the Daleks. And stuff. But yeah, I love my wife dearly. I want to make that absolutely clear. I love her very, very much indeed. But as far as my interests are concerned, the two main ones I think she doesn't quite understand. And that's fine. There is nothing wrong with that. Oh dear. Right. I think... No, still not dry. Is it dry enough that I can turn it over? Probably not. Let's see. May I send you a composition that my friend made for the Tallylin Railway? Yeah, why not? Go on then. I'm not going to get in trouble if I play that on the stream, am I? It's not like copyright protected or anything. I'm not going to get a copyright strike. Yeah, this is a thing. I don't think it's universally a women thing. I have several women friends who are big collectors themselves, and their husbands / partners don't understand it either. I don't think it's universally a bloke thing. I think people are just different, and you know, my wife and I do share a lot of interests. We both love walks. We're both into our animals. We both like pub lunches. We like the same telly, and so on and so forth, and that's great. Just I'm enthusiastic about trains and playing with toy Daleks and making videos on the internet, and she is enthusiastic about ringing church bells, which is what she's off doing on Tuesday evenings. She is I think camphologist is the technical term, and she rings church bells. Again, not something I'm interested in, but I'm glad she enjoys it and that she's having a good time. So yeah, good stuff. Yeah, it's important in a relationship to have different interests, and even if you don't necessarily understand the other person's interests, you know, embrace it. It's good for you. Let's see. Doctorus is here. Hello. Currently doing some work for college, but thought I'd stop by. How's it going? It's going well. I've built a thing. I've half built a thing. Do you happen to eat out of a can without heating it up? It's not something I've ever done that I'm aware of. Random question. Okay. Yeah, send me that over then, Devran, and I'll see if I can play that on the stream. Yeah. No, I don't want to switch my audio input. Okay, I think that must be it there. So if I fade that out and go over to YouTube, and a minute. Oh, that's nice. I'm enjoying this. My glue dried yet? No. Too impatient. This is my problem. Has it dried enough that I can build other bits onto it? Yes, it has. Okay. This is from the Lion's Mane Orchestra YouTube channel. We'll give him a plug. This is awesome. Please tell Pete it's cool and I like it. Very Thomas-like. I like it. We'll get the gauge right. It does sound similar to the Skarloey Railway theme, yeah. Do you know what? I haven't. The original version of the Tallylin Railway theme is the next one. There we go. There we go. Oh, I like this. One problem is paint this one. I can do that. It helps with damp. Get hold of it, so I rarely know what I'm talking about with these things, so I don't hold out much hope. Let's go back to the music. Is that alright? Wet the kitchen towel. I'll just mop up the excess. But it doesn't occur to me actually, a little excess glue over the surface might help waterproof it a bit, but let's not go too nuts, eh? May have overdone it actually. Oh well, never mind. Never have too much glue. I'm sure that's a thing, right? That's a thing people say. It is not. Kitchen towel. Let's see. I've got that stuck in my head now. That's a good thing, by the way. I like having music stuck in my head. If it's good music, which that is. Like having Baby Shark stuck in your head. No, that earns do it properly if you can do it. Failure bell. Right, let's see. Just wiping off some of the excess glue I've ended up with, just to see if that helps matters. Should do. Okay. Let's see. There. Okay. Bit more glue for the other side. I'm going to go sideways this time, try and use a little less. Would you like me to send you some more, Matt? Why the hell not? Go for it. Okay, good. So, I'm going to try and stick this bit on. This will end terribly, I'm sure. Okay. Imp344 joins us. Hello! Yes, I did enjoy seeing the Duchess. Thoroughly good day all round. The same doesn't make any difference, so we'll go with that. I just realised there's a splotch of glue on the top. Never mind. Never mind. It will work. Some off. Close, which is there. Two. There we go. There we go. Right. Wipe some glue off my hands. Baby, just push it. We tell them all the time that we're no rookies at all. That we're no rookies at all. Oh, Zach, I meant to contact you actually. Zach very kindly offered to take me on a signalling turn this weekend. Unfortunately, mate, I thought I'd sent you a message about this, but I don't think I have now. I thought about it. I'm not available now, irritatingly, so I am actually going up on the Saturday after all. But we'll definitely arrange a turn with you at some point. So yeah, let's sort something out. Zach is also a signaller on the New Valley Railway, and like I said earlier, I'm training to become one, and it's going very well. So yeah, he wore me down. Okay, think that's done. Big tick. So let's pop that in the corner over there. That'll do. That can just sit there and dry for however long it needs, which I suspect might be a while. Just thinking, should I put something? I may just put something heavy on that bit there, just to weigh it down a smidge. Or perhaps not. I think it's way too heavy. Never mind. Right. Okay. So, put this upside down. Yeah, that's sticking. If I do that, and then I need to get this right, because if it's out of gauge, it won't work. I think that's fine. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. Great. Some of the excess there, so we get caught on wheels and things. This is the problem. I'm too much of a perfectionist, so I start fiddling with it, and then I break it more. No good. Just leave it, Matthew. Just leave it. There we go. That's fine. Done. Tick. Right. What I'm building there is a. Well, that's what it's meant to look like. It's called a rolling stock putter honour. And it does what it says on the tin. You stick it on the track. You pop your rolling stock on that end, roll it down, it goes on the track. Couldn't be simpler. I did have one, it got damp, and I don't have it anymore. That's the story of my life. Stay there, you little devil. That will be fine. Who are your favourite engines from the show and books? Oh, good question. I mean, Thomas was always the favourite because I think Thomas was everyone's favourite. Victoria liked Gordon. She was a massive Thomas fan. She liked Gordon because he was just so grumpy. I think she could probably relate to Gordon somewhat. Yeah. sent you the audio, but you should listen to it first if you decide to put it on the stream. I don't think I can do that because the audio output I use is going through the mixing desk. So in order to do that, I'd have to turn the stream off and then turn it back on again. If it's not safe to listen to first, then probably best I don't. Does this work on multi-gauge track roller? I've no idea. Probably not, to be honest. It's more sort of on to rack, because if you look at it, the kind of sticky outy bit at the bottom there sits in between the... Actually, have I got some track? I do. Hang on. Bear with. Just amuse yourselves for a second. Right. So there's some rabbit leavings up there. Thank you for that, Shadow. Right. If I bit track down here, like so, that sits on there, and then the middle bit kind of goes there. Yeah, and then if I turn this round for you, this bit's kind of raised, and that sits in between the rails, so that gives you your gauge, and then sort of sits on the bottom like that. And then I won't put some rolling stock on it because the glue is still drying, but you put the rolling stock on here and then sort of roll it backwards, and then as the footer narrows, kind of forces the wheels into the correct alignment, and it just sort of drops onto the rail. Yeah. It's a very neat little thing. No, I'm fiddling. I need to stop doing this. This is why everything I make breaks. Right. Put that over there. Leave it. Get rid of this. Oh. Good start. There we go. Right. It's back. For those of you who haven't seen it before, by the way, I'll bring you a couple bits of rolling stock to look at. That, for those of you who haven't seen it before, is the first carriage I ever built, and I wood stained it in teak. It was a fiddly little thing to put together, but I love it dearly. Again, it is the same model that appears briefly at the beginning of Biggest Little Row in the World. Paul Gray put those together. And I just did mine in teak because I thought the colour looked nice. And yeah, it's good. I gotta go, they're yelling still at work. Take care, see you next time. Okay, nice to see you, mate. Take it easy. Yeah, this was a sod to put together. But not as much of a sod as this little guy. This is my guard's van. The tail lamp works. Hang on. Working tail lamp. Yeah, this is a brake van, which took forever to put together. I snapped the roof on this and had to get another one. Actually, I think this might be the second roof that got snapped. And then I layered it with copious amounts of glue and paint and just made it work. Which I'm fine with, because it's meant to look a little bit beaten up and unloved anyway. So, yeah. There we go. Yes, it is for 32mm gauge only. Okay. Put that there. Sit that there like that. Actually, that side. You live on that side. There we are. Some wagons for you. Right. Lovely stuff. You roll up there. This is thoroughly entertaining for you all, I'm sure. There we go. Done. Right. Okay, so someone sent me some audio. It's flip back to the studio camera for a second. And see what I've been sent. Okay, this is your General Grievous impression. Hold on.
Soak that Jedi wiener of yours, Kenobi, for I have killed you.
Okay, that's
In fair combat.
what? I'm so confused. If that gets demonetized, I'm sending you the bill. Oh my god. I heard of a ding of a bell earlier, signalman calling attention. Yeah, call attention is... And then you respond with a... And then... Try and remember some bell codes. I think this is, can you accept stopping passenger? And then you respond back with... I've probably got that bell code wrong. I'm still learning the bell codes. In fact, we haven't covered bell codes in the training yet. So, yeah. Yeah. Matt, what have you done? What have I done? I don't know. Oh dear. I give up. Where is the music that Devran sent me? Oh god, you've sent me loads. The Old Guards van, that seems appropriate. Oh, I like this. It's spooky. I got it right! I'm good at something! This is now a winning bell. No. Oh, amazing. Right. Report the spam bot. Off you go. Right. There we are. Bye-zy bye now. Bye-bye. Okay. Yeah, that was nice. I like that. I like that a lot. Gordon's journey to London. This should be a laugh. I remember this story. It's the one where they're all arguing about which terminus is London. And it's not King's Cross anymore, it's St Pancras. Which is delightful. Yeah. These are really good. Nice. There's this one here which I'm going to play. This is the Fat Controller theme. Oh. Oh. There we go. There's a bloke who is no longer on The Apprentice. He went a couple of weeks ago, I think. But he wore like a yellow waistcoat and like a dark grey suit. And someone online pointed out he basically looked like the Fat Controller. And I can't unsee it now. I desperately need to see the prequel film. This guy is playing all of the instruments, by the way. I wish I was that talented. kids these days do not get the amazing production quality we had on the original Thomas stories. I mean, the books are obviously the best version, but the sort of the first few series or seasons of the Britt Allcroft series that just adapt the books are the best TV versions, I think, with Ringo Starr narrating. The music was just brilliant. All of it was great. Now we've got some horrible 2D cartoony animated Thomas, which just needs to go into the sun. Were there any original Daleks before Derek? No, I think Derek was the first. In fact, I've got the exact model somewhere, I think.
Hey everybody, thank you for checking out this first video of 2022. This was a very requested one.
I think this guy is Instrument Maniac on YouTube. I'm going to copy and paste his channel into the chat, just to make up for the fact that I'm muting him early on. But yeah, go and check this guy out on YouTube. He's sickeningly talented, and I hate him, as in I love him, but I also hate him. Yeah, sorry, hold on. The very first Dalek model I owned was over here. This was the Derek template, if you will, and I know he was the first one because he lost his eye stalk and he's been repaired with a little bit of araldite. So he's a little bit fragile. But he was a remote control one. That was the first Dalek model I owned. And then the second one I owned is not actually Derek. It's Darren. This was the second Dalek model I owned and the biggest one I had to begin with. I got that just before I went to university. And then, of course, you all know what the next one was. That was Derek Proper, the big 18-inch voice interactive version. And then all of that lot. I don't have a problem. Yeah. Okay. So we're done. I'm going to turn the music up again. What should we do now? We've got another hour to kill. I can build something else, or I can... The other option is I could fire up my little stationary steam engine for a bit and just run that for a little while. Or we can start on another kit. We have options, so whatever you guys would like to do, we can do that. Let's see. There's been 85 playbacks on this. Good lord. So many. Hey, Dalek Giratina. Yes, I remember you. More music! Okay, fine. Hold on. Let me, let's do Henry's theme. Take that down a little. Or mess about with the ring modulator. No, it's not a ring modulator day. This cover, by the way, is by SA Music, who I've just dropped in the room there. And then Lion's Main Orchestra, which was the chap who did the Tallinn Railway earlier. There we go. Couple of things for you all go listen to later. Let's see. How is everyone? I'm good. I don't know about everyone else, but I'm alright. When is the new Cart of Scratchwood episode coming out? When I've written it, which I haven't currently done. Ask a Dalek Live. Might do one of those in the next couple of weeks. I don't know. So, at some point. Let's just say that. At some point. And I make no commitments. The wooden-looking train kit. Which one was that? Because we've got the Loco kit there, which is quite neat. We can make a start with that. There's this one. Or we got the wagons we could do. Or any of that. Yeah. So we've got options. Or, like I say, I could fire up my steam engine for a bit. And we can just have a look at that. Whatever you guys think. I'm quite impressed, by the way, that I actually managed to start streaming this to the correct scheduled video, because XSplit has not been happy doing that the last few times. So I'm considering this a win, and this will continue for the remaining streaming Tuesdays. We will keep doing that. Oh, deep joy. The Loco one. Okay. Yeah, we can have a look at that. Okay, so we'll put these all to one side. Let's see. Maybe watch some Thomas videos. Guys, stop trying to get me demonetized. Did I go back to my old house to film the last part of Silent Night? Yes, I did. That because that's my parents' house, which is where they still live. So yeah, that was a case of I was dog sitting anyway. And I said to my mum, by the way, can I borrow my old bedroom for half an hour? And she said, yeah, why? I said, can't really tell you, it's sort of a secret. Yeah. But yeah, no. I said, I told her I'm doing a Christmas special of the Cart of Scratchwood. My mum loves the Cart of Scratchwood. Bizarrely. And yeah. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, I told her I'm doing a Christmas special, and there's a kind of a scene that I've written that requires my old room. So can I borrow it for half an hour to film that? Yes. Would you care for some tea? Already got some. Oh, it's good, this. What's this one? Happy Me. It's called, from the English tea shop. It's like lemongrass and orange and apple and fruity things. Alright, let's have a look at this kit. Okay. As I said, this one was bought for me by my good friend Paul as a wedding gift. I think this was more for Victoria than anyone else, because it will keep me out of her way. Right, so this is for the Easy range. Nice. Let's see. Depending on the method of painting you choose, it may be advisable to paint some smaller items before the final assembly. The construction commences, components should be examined. Yeah. All of that. Right, you read the instructions before each stage of construction. Okay. Remove all parts from fret by cutting tabs with a Stanley knife. Sand off any flash parts. Locate floor. Cab front, cab sides. Oh, it's fairly straightforward actually. Yeah, Zach, sorry, I said earlier, I don't know if you were here, I can't actually come on Sunday now. I'm otherwise engaged, irritatingly. So I have had to do the turn on Saturday after all. But absolutely, let's arrange for me to come and do a turn with you, because I really enjoyed spending the day in the cinema box with you, well, multiple times now. I think I've had some time there, but I did a full day with Zach a while back and had a great deal of fun. So yes, we must arrange something, and soon. But unfortunately, Sunday's a no-go. Sorry about that. I thought I'd messaged you about that, but thinking back, I don't think I did. And clearly I haven't, which was remiss of me, and I apologise. So, yeah. But yeah, let's sort something out soon. Anyway, this kit actually doesn't look too difficult. I can at least cut parts out and have a look at it. That'd be good. Do you know what I might do, briefly? I'm going to flick over to Be Right Back for a minute. And I'm going to go get a little tub to put the smaller parts in. Be alright back. I'm back. Okay. Let's take this to pieces. Oh, okay, that's a good start. I've already lost a bit. Okay. Okay. Now. Yes. Okay. This looks complicated. So we'll. Yeah, I think that must be windows, so I'll put them in there. That's all the little bits. Oh, I haven't got the close-up camera on. Duh! I'm an idiot. Okay. So that's all the wooden bits that have to come apart. Oh, hello. What are you? That looks like a... Yeah, you put that in the... it holds the axles. Words and sentences and phrases. The engine parts in there. These are all the different assembly components. I think, yes, fairly straightforward. It all just seems to pop out. Right, hold on a second. Let's there should be 4 of those little brass bits, but I can't seem to find the others. So put that one side for a minute. Let's see if they're in there. Not in there. They appear to be in there. No, it's just the one. Interesting. Wheel bearings, that's the word I was looking for. Yeah, we only seem to have one wheel bearing, which is... Have you heard of Godzilla? Yes, I have. Have you heard of Harry 101 UK? Yes, I have. I've got to share something with you in the group. I've got something very special 3D printed for my model railway. Well, I am dying to see that now. Yeah. This might be another email to IP Engineering. That guy's going to hate me. Okay, let's pop that in a bag with the wheels and bits so we don't lose it. See, it's missing wheel bearings, which is annoying. Yeah. Okay, we can make a start on the bodywork, I suppose. Yeah. Discord? No. That's just my phone playing silly buggers. Sorry, this is very dull and uninteresting, I fully admit that. Is the Cult of Scratch with the Season 2 to the Adventures of Derek and Matt is kind of a prequel series. It wasn't meant to be that way. It just sort of worked out that way that the Cult of Scratchwood was going to be the kind of parody of the Cult of Scarrow, and then the Adventures of Derek and Matt just seemed a bit childish and not terribly imaginative title. So I thought, well, let's change it around and try something new. So that's what we did. I'm missing the wheel bearings. It's a bit annoying. I wonder if you can get them online. I may just order some. 1 second. Let's see. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm just having a look on their website. Just amuse yourselves for a minute. Let's see. Online shop. Let's go. See. New products. Home builder parts. Here we go. Axle boxes and couplings. Steel wheel sets. Gearbox. Bogie sets. Wagon parts. Let's see. Narrow wheel bearings. Here we go. What kind is that? It's probably worth getting some spare ones anyway. Let's see. I think these are the top hat variety. So I'll probably just order some of those. Yeah, there we go. It's always good to have some spares lying around because I'm sure I've lost one off of something at some point. So let's buy some of those. Remember to support the channel by becoming a YouTube member, folks. There we go. On a scale of 1 to 10 rails, how often will the Daleks be winning if you were co-lead with Russell T Davies? 9 times out of 10, the Daleks would win. No. I think it's nice to see the Daleks win occasionally. Because otherwise they just end up being a bit panto-villainy. I would like to see a story where the Doctor just has to run away because the Daleks have won. Big Finish is good at doing stuff like that. There's a few stories there where the Daleks do just win. And the Doctor has to accept it. And that's what makes a good villain, that they do win sometimes. Because if they lost all the time, where's the fun? It's thoroughly boring. Processing. Could you process a little faster, potentially? There we go. Security code. You see. Should have had the text message. Bear with. Tide Scott's here. Hello. Who is your favourite Doctor? Favourite Doctor is Peter Capaldi. I will not be taking any questions on that at this time because I do not want to get into an argument about this because you will lose. Here we go. Is that it? No, that's from yesterday. Any chance you could resend that code? Please? Please, to security code, yes? No, maybe? Well, you're going to be thoroughly irritating now, aren't you? Doctoress is back. Hello. My favourite Dalek. That one. Um, yeah, I can't pick favourites. Probably the... If you pushed me, I would say the Ironside Daleks, because they are a stroke of design genius. Yeah, I just like everything about those ones. So, yeah, that's my favourite. See, I finally have a text message. Jolly good. There we go. Okay. Let's give that a whirl. Right. Just amuse yourselves for a minute, folks. There seems to be an issue with the code you entered. Oh, for God's sake. That's probably the first code they sent me. Oh, never mind. Yeah. Okay, so... gonna need some wheel bearings for that. I can take the bits out. Where's my wife? My wife is currently out bell ringing. She rings bells for a church. So she does that. She's not religious. I should preface that. Neither of us are religious. But yeah, she likes ringing church bells. Again, not my cup of tea, but I'm glad she has something she's passionate about. It's nice. Other questions. Aren't you married? Yes, I am, hence the ring. I don't just wear this for fun. It's definitely a thing. Yeah, I'll tell you what we'll do. While we're waiting for PayPal to sort its life out, we will pop these bits out of the wooden frame. So I think they're just going to come out quite nicely by themselves, aren't they? Yes. Yes, excellent. Okay. I do like the IP engineering kits. They're quite sort of user-friendly. Have you heard or played Five Nights at Freddy's? No, it's not my cup of tea, I'm afraid. Not my bag, I'm afraid. Might need a standing knife for that one. Remember to always point the blade away from you folks. Right. Yeah. Another. Cool. I'm always terrified of breaking something doing this. How's the model kit going? It's going alright. I just started this one, but it's going alright. Yeah. There. Go. Have I had a PayPal message yet? Still no. Right. Favourite original Doctor Who movie? I needed two, wasn't there? The Cushing films are very much products of their time, I think. Yeah, they're very much a 60s type thing. I think a modern Doctor Who film would be very different. Yeah, I'm not saying I dislike the Peter Cushing films. I just they're very much products of their time, and not the best thing that's ever happened to Doctor Who. Where's Dalek Sec? Not here. Not what the character's called. Oh. Oh, come on, PayPal, sort your life out. Oh, I'm going to have to do this with card, aren't I? Okay, fine. Whatever. Dear, oh dear. This is totally what you all came here for, isn't it? Tonight, Matthew makes a financial transaction. Okay, there we go. Standard delivery, that's fine. Yeah, that'll do. So the shipping address. And that in my spending tracker, so I know what I'm doing with my life. God, railway. Bearings. Lovely. And place the order. Done. Music is still playing, good. Since Darren is your dad, is he a daddy dad? Let's not go down this road. No, we're not touching this one. No, Darren was named after my dad because the character is a scientist and techie and comes up with all the schemes. And that is my dad, down to a T. He is a engineering whiz. He is a genius. He comes up with all these brilliant ideas and schemes. He builds stuff. He is much better at building stuff than I am. So yeah, when I was thinking of a name for a Dalek that was good at science and engineering and all of that wonderful stuff, the choice was obvious. That's why Darren is called Darren. Because he reminds me very much of my dad. Although my dad's schemes are far more competent, I have to say. His projects always turn out much better than the cults do. Let's see here. Am I going to have to run a blade round you? No, I don't think I am. Good. Let's flip back on the close-up camera. Popping out the axle boxes at the moment. So, there. Oh, come on. Bloody thing. This is riveting, isn't it? Tonight, Matthew does a capitalism. Matthew pops some parts out of a wooden sheet, and Matthew touches up some paint work. Jessica. Oh, come on. No, you don't. What if you've snapped, I swear to God. No, it's cool. It's cool. It was just a little bent. It's fine. Okay. Come on. Okay, this looks like a fairly basic model to put together, so I will probably do that on a future stream. There we are. There you go. Go wait for the wheel bearings first. As soon as they get here, I will crack on with this. So this might even be a one-sitting job. There we are. That's all the bits. So, pop them all in here so we don't lose anything. brass there, not sure what they form. There's some brass bits on here, doesn't look like it. Okay, never mind. Perhaps they're cut from things. There we go. And there. And on the instructions. Right. Next time we do one of these, that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to build ourselves an Albert, which I need to think of a name for. I mean, Albert's quite a good name. Maybe I'll go with Albert. We'll see. Yeah, I pitched at yeah, I pitched when I was at university. The name Albert has just reminded me of this. When I was at university, we all had to pitch an idea for like a multi-camera entertainment show. And my idea was a show. It was kind of a blend of Noel's House Party and The League of Gentlemen and Royston Vasey. And it was a pitch for an entertainment programme called Albert Struthers' House of Horrors. And what it was set in the haunted mansion of this eccentric elderly gentleman who believed he lived in a haunted mansion. And every week he would have guests on who would just look increasingly uncomfortable with the whole thing. And this house was haunted by the ghost of a nurse who kept trying to nurse him. Because, of course, actually, none of this was actually real. The reality of Albert's situation was that he was actually in a nursing home with lots of other residents, and it wasn't a haunted house at all. He was just visualizing it as a haunted house, and that would have been the premise. And you would have had like different entertainment guests every week, a band, and it would just be this exceedingly creepy, slightly weird entertainment segments with music and quizzes and all of that sort of thing. And the framing device would be this slightly creepy, eccentric bloke was just inviting you into his haunted house, and yeah, the idea being that the guests had almost been kidnapped, or a kind of like Rocky Horror Show or every horror movie ever. They'd like break down outside and come in, and you'd have like a different sort of celebrity guest every week, and just make them feel incredibly uncomfortable. And I thought it was a brilliant idea, and no one in my class went for it, which is something I've always been gutted about. Yeah, I genuinely thought it was brilliant. Perhaps I was a little trying to think of a tactful way of putting this. Perhaps I was a little bit naive about how remarkable that concept is. And perhaps, I mean, I wrote a pilot script for it and everything, and I showed it to people, and people genuinely thought it was funny. But they went with a bland show that was basically a Top Gear rip-off, but with like gadgets and stuff, and wasn't very good. I'm throwing shade on my classmates now. This was 10 years ago. I think I'm allowed to be ever so slightly critical of us now. But yeah. Anyway, the loco name just reminded me of that. I haven't thought about that for years. Yeah, none of my weird project ideas got made while I was a student. My final major project, which is The Big Society, go check it out on this channel. It's, if you scroll down, it's there somewhere. Was like a sketch show. Didn't get shown at our final screening. They rented out this like little cinema in Soho, and they showed a load of the final major projects we've made, and mine didn't get picked. Probably because it was a bit weird. Yeah. Not that I'm bitter or anything, just disappointed. But never mind. Onwards and upwards. We've got just under half an hour. So I'm going to run a steam engine. Because I want to run a steam engine. And that you guys are just going to have to put up with that, I'm afraid. Oh dear. Who's still with us, by the way? I know there's 5 of you currently watching. I can see that on the monitor there. Right. Steam engine. Flip over the chair there. There we go. Pick you up. Bring you over here. Lovely. Right then. Cool. Now. This is quite good fun. Let's flick over to the close-up camera for this bit. I'll show you what I'm doing. It's how's the railer looking? Oh, it's looking okay. So I think that's gone in the wrong place, irritatingly. Oh yeah, now it's too hard to move. There we are. I actually want to move it. There we are. Yeah, that's all looking good. Right, so. Back to there in the corner. Right, so. We're going to have a little play with this. Just over there for a sec. So I can show you what I'm doing here. Right. Are you still not against the cameo idea? I'm down for cameos. You know, it just has to work right. That's all I'd say. Right. Okay. So, got a workshop there. Sits there. Oh, it's kind of doing that, is it? Okay. You kind of have to sit something in between these to make it work. Hang on a tick. Thanks. Weight in there. That do it? Yeah, that should work. Right. The slight issue here is the drive belt kind of makes contact with the blade. I wonder, actually, can I sit it up? Not really. Okay. It's possibly a situation where I actually should have it this way round. Or let's be smart about this. Let's have that there, turn that round that way, and then stick the belt there like so, and then stuff and things and stuff and junk. Not sure you can actually see anything I'm doing right now, but that's what's happening. We're doing this. Okay, so. Okay, great. Now, first job, fill up the boiler. Nice and straightforward task. Take that off. That also acts as the safety valve. And then just gonna pump some water in from this thing. Just my water filler bottle. Would I ever do a rap battle with Screw Love? Screw would destroy me in a rap battle, I'm afraid. I'd like, Screw, if you're watching, would you like to do a rap battle? I feel like that would go terribly for me. There we go. Boiler done. He has Dalek bumps. I am all about the Curse of Fatal Death references. Well done. Lost a little liquid there. Alright, I've got kitchen towel for that. Okay. Now then. Done that. Next job. Fire lighters. I need fuel. Go ahead, quick, get in the car. Need some oil. There's some oil. Fuel cells, excellent. Okay. So we use these to fuel these. These are the little Mamod fuel tablets. They look like little boiled sweets, I think, but they're not, so please do not eat them. Right. Oh god, that firebox is filthy. I don't mind. Right. Stick that in there. Beautiful. And then... now, we just need that. USB fire lighter. Okay. Now, build this light. Let's see. It's not windy, so it should do. Come on, I know you wanna. It's thinking about it. I may have to do this the old-fashioned way. Oh, no. Oh. It wants to catch, but it's not quite managing it. This bit's always fiddly with these fuel tablets. Give me gas any day. I'm gonna get some matches. Be right back. Okay, we're back. Check the music. That's okay. Right then. Have matches. Okay. So if you're going to hear some noise in the background, that's because I've opened the window and turned on my dehumidifier. Which just seems like a sensible precaution when you're doing steam engines inside. Right, so. Nearly. Yeah. Hello, you know you want to. Well, it might want to, but it's not doing it. No. That's gone well. Okay. One more attempt. There we go. Oh. Failure. That's gone badly. Just clear some of the smoke. Don't want to set the fire alarm off. Right. Third time's the charm. There we go. Burn the matches up as well. Right. Put that in the smoke box like so. And just let that settle down. And then while we're doing that, we'll just get some oil on it. I'm only going to do one round of steaming. Once the fuel cell's gone, we're done. Which bit better between Railways or Doctor Who stuff? Both. I like both equally, to be honest. I'm not biased. There we go. Okay. Put some oil on the bearings of the workshop as well. Which I'll show you me doing, because you didn't come just to stare at an empty room. There we go. Right. So, there we are. Now, if all goes to plan, that should start running momentarily. Right. Matt, tell me if you get this joke. Dalek Sec, I simply travelled back in time 100 years and I bribed the architect. Say hello to the spikes of doom. Okay, well done. Well done. That's very good. Oh, that's burning quite nicely. Okay. Nice one. Oh, it fell over. It's not great when your fire falls over, got to be honest. Can I get sort of up close and personal with the fire there? Not really. Actually. Oh no, kind of. There you go, you can see it burning away there. Lovely jubbly. Right. So once the steam pressure is up, we can set this thing running. Just gently like. In fact, if I move it over this way a little so it's away from the deeply fragile equipment. That seems like a very good idea. Get some more weights to stick in front of it as well. Keep everything separate. The smell is magical. I will never forget the smell of a mammal fuel tablet. They're magic. Help. I need somebody. Help. Not just anybody. Help. No? Nah, fair enough. I think that's a reasonably good angle, isn't it? See what we're doing there. Kind of. Oh. No. No. How about now? No. Okay. Oh, we're getting there. I'm going to turn the microphone down a smidge. Just because I know last time it got a bit loud. We're getting there because the steam's starting to come out the whistle. Woohoo! Focus to the thing. The autofocus is taking the day off. Okay, fair enough. No worries, we'll work with what we got. I think we're almost there. Nearly. Right. Not quite. Nearly. Any final questions for me, folks? Because I'm probably going to wrap up shortly. Oh, that sounds like a steam engine. Hold on.
I'm only 12 but I'm undertaker. I'm undefeated, at WrestleMania 15 out of 20 in a test they graded up. Try to get A's like French Canadians. Believe I can connect with aliens. Try to fit into the box with my hat to the back and my neck and chains again.
There we go. Oh. How's that? Is that any better? It's possibly about finding the sweet spot. I think that's maybe better now. Yeah. How's that? Can you still hear me? Down a little bit. There we are. It's a working steam engine. I'm having fun. I do wonder sometimes if this should be like the opening shot for the stream. Just the little workshop running. It is pretty. I mean, you've got all sorts of bits going on here. You've got the little hammer there, little polishing brushes. I think there's a little, what is that? Like a little hydraulic press. And then there's the engine itself, which is just a simple sort of two-stroke piston. Does smell beautiful. It's cracking. Really is. Remarkably good. What I'm really enjoying is the fact that I'm not even having to do very much to make this happen. Oh. It's like I'm running this at like with the smallest adjustments imaginable. I like birds equally to the railway stuff. Birds are lovely. We've got red kites nesting near my house, I think, or living there anyway. I think they would have been nesting last spring. But you sometimes see sort of 7 or 8 of them doing cartwheels over our house. We've got sparrows nesting indoors. That's quite nice. All sorts of crazy stuff. Blue tits in our garden a while ago. We had a blackbird nesting in our hedge in my house. I do love my garden birds. Still going. Nice. That's quite loud. It does sound like a little sewing machine. It's wonderful. The 3D printed equipment for my model railway is in the Discord. Okay, let me have a look. Okay. It's going to be... Where are my DMs hiding? Oh no, it's in the server itself. Yeah, it looks like it. Okay. Oh, I love it. Oh, that is incredible. Right, hold on a second. I'm just gonna briefly switch over to the desktop view, so I can show you this. This is Zach's 3D printed lever frame. I love it. Phantom Stranger is here. Hello, Phantom. Nice to see you. Thanks for dropping by. I'm sorry to hear you're stuck at work. That's rubbish. But I hope you watch the stream later. That is amazing. I love that so very much. That is a work of art. Oh, that is spectacular. Those genuinely look amazing. Wow. Good purchase. I like your style. That's fantastic. Okay, I think we're going to wrap this up in the next couple of minutes. I think the fuel tablet's nearly running out, and I need to get to bed because I've got work in the morning. So, yeah. I hope you've enjoyed this anyway. It's we did a little bit of model making, and we'll do more on the next one. That's how my rail is looking. It's looking in reasonably good condition, I think. It's all looks like it will work, which is the important thing. So yeah, excellent stuff. Let's sit over there. Yeah. So yeah, any final questions or comments or things we want to say? Next week's stream is probably going to be back over on the gaming channel because I would like very much to do a stream with Elite Dangerous because I was enjoying that game very much, and I think that would be a fun thing to do on a stream for a couple of hours, just muck around in space delivering things. But let me know if there's other things. I'd like to do Timberborn at some point. Timberborn looks quite fun. Yeah. And at some point I will do another one of these. We'll do some models. I want to do a stream at some point watching my older videos and sort of doing commentary, so that might be a Live from the Works episode, or I might do something sort of special for that. I don't know. We'll decide how lazy I am. And I'd quite like to do a watch-along stream at some point in the future as well. I'd like to watch the Great Model Railway Challenge, which some of my friends took part in. So we'll try and get them on to talk us through it. That could be fun. Can I get a shout-out, please, to Lewis Games? Oi! Lewis! I'm shouting out to you! Hope that's okay. I recommend No Man's Sky. Yeah, No Man's Sky, in theory, should have been my cup of tea, but I've just never really fallen in love with it. You know, I don't know. I might give it a go again at some point. I know it's been updated a lot and changed, and it's got a lot better since launch, and I have played it since those improvements have been made, and it's all right. I just haven't fallen in love with it. But maybe I'll give it another shot. Where are the cats and dogs? Don't have any dogs at my house. The dogs are all at my parents'. Rory is upstairs hiding somewhere. Shadow is here though. We have a bunny. A bunny that does a lies. Here he is. Hello, bunny. Do you like the steam engine? He's indifferent to the steam engine. You're just like your mum. Bunny. Your nails need a trim. Twitchy nose. Okay, pop you back. Oh. He's gonna thump at me now. Who is your favourite Doctor? Peter Capaldi. I believe I discussed this once already. This is so much fun. Oh, I adore model steam engines. Oh. think we're starting to lose pressure a little now. That's the fire licking. Oh no, still going. Still going. Switch over to the close-up camera. Once we lose the pressure, we'll call it a day. Quite that fast. There we go. Have a little look over everything again. You can see in there the fire is still going, but starting to burn out a little now. That's the whistle. It's doing its thing there. If we follow the drive belt, going a little bit slowly now. Actually, we'll just nudge the throttle lever. You can see all the bits working. Polish brushes. Not sure what those are. There's the hammer there. Little press, I think you'd call that one. Yeah, the hydraulic press thing. Yeah, so we need a little bit more throttle just to make it do its thing properly. Come on, focus up. There we are. I adore this little model so very much. I don't burn out yet. It's still not done. Oh, I recommend watching DCG12B or David by Name's videos. Yeah, that's good. Sounds good. Am I still planning signals for the Garden Railway? Yes, but they are at the back of a very long line of other things. But yes, I would like to do signals on there at some point. How are the Daleks? They're fine. Doing un-Dalek-y things still. I think that's it. Oh no, maybe not. I think we're done. Let's have a look. Check out the... Yeah. I think that's starting to burn out. Oh well. Pop that back in there. Let it burn out. No pressure left. Well, another little toot on the whistle. How close can we get? Fairly close. There we are. Well, I think that's that. Have you ever seen a motor rail train before, Matt? Yes, I have. They were remarkable things. For those that aren't in the know, the motor rail thing was a service that British Rail did, where you'd be able to take your car to one of the major cities, so London or Edinburgh or Glasgow, and from there you could pick up, drive your car onto the train through special motor rail terminals, whiz down to wherever you were going in the country, drive off, and then you're there. And you travelled in complete relaxation. And it was a brilliant idea, and they scrapped it because no one was using it. and that is very, very sad. It's a bit like the the Channel Tunnel's got their like the Eurotunnel service. They let you take cars on there. It's exactly like that, but internal. So yeah, good. I think, yeah, fire's gone out. Ah well, just go pop those in the bin. Maybe not quite yet. There's quite a bit of paper in there. Hot things on bins with paper in. Not a great plan. Let's be sensible, Matthew. Let's not start a house fire. Right, I'm going to tie this away. Thank you very much for joining me, folks. I hope you've enjoyed this little return to live from the... You're right there. Bunny's having a little sneeze. Bless him. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this little return to live from the works. Next time we do one of these, we'll crack on with the loco there, and hopefully do some good stuff. And let me know what you'd like to see from the Streaming Tuesdays stuff. If there's anything you'd like me to do or anything like that. There will be more Ask a Dalek live coming at some point. That's very much part of the plan for Streaming Tuesdays. And yeah, there's lots of good stuff to come. And yes, to answer the question on everyone's lips, there will be more Cult of Scratch with this year. I just need to get around to writing and doing it. I may take like a week out to do a couple of videos, just as a back catalogue. But no, we'll see. Lots to do. So little time. But next week there will be something over on the gaming channel again. It might be Elite Dangerous, or I might change my mind. I'll let you know. But thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've all enjoyed this weird little stream. And I will see you all again very soon. Next week, probably. For the next instalment of Streaming Tuesdays. Until then, though, have a wonderful week. Take care. I'll see you again soon. Bye!